Good morning, dear children. Today I am going to take the next part of animal shelter, the second part. In the earlier part, we had learnt about shelter, man's shelter, why man needs shelter, why we all need shelter. I had told you to go through the lesson, read the lesson well. We also learnt about shelters which is made by the animals themselves. So there you learnt so many different birds, how they make their own shelter, building their own shelter, right? And today we are going to learn shelters which the animals don't have to make at all. That is, the shelters are there in the environment. And also shelters which are made by man. So when we learn about animal shelters, we learn it in three categories. One is shelters made by animals, like how birds were building so many nests and all. The second is shelters found in the surroundings. The animals don't have to make shelter at all. It is found in the surrounding. And the third, man creates shelter for them. Okay, so I want you all to take your EVS textbook, page number 17. Okay, so here we can see, as you see in the picture, we are going to learn about animals that find ready shelters in the surroundings. Okay, now when you see in the picture there, you can see tigers. Already they are in the caves, the tigers or the leopards. You can see them, children. They are in the caves. The caves, they are not making the caves, isn't it? Have they built the caves? No, it is already there in the surroundings. Same way, the doves and the pigeons, they all live in the forest amongst the trees, right? And you must have seen the doves and pigeons also. Pigeons, you must have seen, they come to our houses, they carry the twigs and whatever, and they just under your building gaps, in between the bathroom windows, in between the gaps in the walls, they make their own nest. Haven't you seen that? Right? In the same way, so you can see the picture there, hyenas, tigers, leopards, all in the caves, right? So they do not have to make any effort to build a shelter. These are the animals who don't have to make any effort. They only look around. They search for a safe place where it is very safe for them, right? And some animals, they live in small hollows in high cliffs. That is among the mountain rocks, no? Wherever there are gaps in between the mountains, in between the rocks, wherever there are gaps, they live there. And some live near our houses, like sparrows, pigeons and all, they live near your houses, right? So they find shelter in the gaps in the walls. You can see that, see those pigeons and all. And there are some animals also who do not have to, they have shelter in the surrounding. Like for example, elephants. Have you ever found an elephant shelter or an elephant house? No. They are just moving, they live under the trees or amongst the tall grass. Even giraffe, they don't have to build their own house, right? They live in the environment in the forest amongst tall trees and amongst grass, right? So these are the animals that is why it is called as ready shelters. That means the shelters are already there. They do not have to make. Okay. Now let's see the next. Now these pictures, when you see those pictures, you know what are these. These are bats. You can see them hanging upside down, right? Now these are creatures who can't see in the daytime. They can see only in the night. Can you all see those children? How they are hanging down, right? Now they generally live in tall trees. Okay, but some bats also live in dark caverns in the mountains. It's given there. Dark caverns means just like cave, kind of a dark place. In between the gaps in the mountains, they live. And sometimes these bats also live in old buildings which are deserted. Like see, you can see there, old deserted, so that building nobody will be staying there. It's an old construction there. It's a tumble down building, broken down building. But nowadays, children, I can tell you, where Miss is staying in Ghatkopar, I do hear the screeching of bats in the nights. And at night time, if you are just roaming around in the compound, you always even feel the bat droppings falling onto the floor. So bats do of course come up because there are a lot of trees here, so they just roam around, right? So these are also animals, they do not have to make their own shelter. Now the next is the shelters which the animals cannot build for themselves but we make. Now what are that? These are domestic animals. Now domestic animals, you know, in the villages, when you see these domestic animals like the cows or the goat, hens, all these we have to build a shelter for them. Whereas in cities, when you have got pet animals like them, like cats or dogs, we don't have a special place for them. We just keep them in our houses. Cats, we just keep them in a basket or something, and dog is just tied around in your house, right? But when it's a domestic animal, you need to have a special place for it, right? Now see there, you can see the shelter for a horse. What is it called? It's called a stable. Okay. Then in villages you can see a cow shed is built where we can keep the cows and the calves. You can see a small cow shed there. Okay. And then for hens, a shelter which is built is called as a chicken coop or hen house, where you can keep those hens so that they are safe. And it's not only that we build a shelter for them, it is also we have to see that it is kept clean. Just how we keep our homes clean, like that we have to keep the animals' homes also very clean, because they are also living beings. They should not fall sick. They should get proper air. There should be proper ventilation. They are able to breathe fresh air. So we have to keep the place very clean. And even for a goat, a small place is built which is called a pen. P-E-N, pen. A goat where we keep goats is called as a pen. So whichever domestic animals we keep at home, we have to see that they live in a proper airy place, very clean place. So these are some of the domestic animals pictures you can see here. Okay children, so once now your lesson is over, right? Now we'll just read what we have learned throughout the lesson. See, we had learned about animal, they need a shelter to protect themselves from the cold, wind, sun and the rain. Some animals build their own shelter. Some animals look for ready shelter in their surroundings. And we build shelter for the animals we keep. All this we have gone through the lesson, right? Now, there is one thing which I want you to remember. See, it's given there. Is it right to keep animals in cages for our pleasure? No. Let them live in their natural surroundings. Now, I think many of you will agree with me. Not many of you, all of you must agree with me in this. We love to go to the zoo and we like to see them in the cages. We find a lot of fun in doing that. We love to keep the animals love to keep lovebirds in the cages and watch them. We like to keep the parrots. Actually, what we are doing is wrong. It is for our pleasure, our entertainment. We are enjoying it. But actually, now you can understand that. Now see, we are at home for 4 months now because of the lockdown. And we are at home. We were not allowed to go out. We should be at home, stay safe. But didn't we feel as if we were caged? So think about the animals. If they are in the cage and their cages are so small, they can just move here and there. So if animals and birds have to be kept free, they have to be free in the forest. That's their home. So that is why in Maharashtra we have got a lot of sanctuaries. Now the sanctuaries are very big national parks. There the animals can roam around freely. There is no cage, nothing. Now, especially in our city in Borivali National Park. Initially, we used to go for picnics there. Now, there the animals are not caged. They can just roam around freely. And people, if you want to go there, you have to go a special permission you have to take, and you have to move in a jeep with a guide. Because it's very unsafe to go into an area like that. But more and more sanctuaries should be set up where the birds can move about freely. Right? Now, the questions which is given there, can you tell? These were the questions which were given at the start of your lesson. And I think I don't have to help you with that, because now you know what do birds use to build nest. You already learned that. You're able to answer it very well. Which animals live in burrows? You also learned that. Where do the hens we keep? Where do they live? Who builds their shelter? And it is not just tell. Children, you have to write down these answers. Your teachers will be asking you these, whether you wrote the answers for that. And the more and more you read the lesson, it will be very easy for you to remember the answers. There is no need to by heart. You have to only revise the difficult spellings in the lesson. But if you just read the lesson many times, it will become easy for you to remember the answers. Now there is a small question for you. You can just see down there. The population of birds in several cities is falling. What could be the reason for that? Their number should increase again. The population of birds means the number of birds. You can see now in between we were not seeing sparrows at all. Their numbers were going on decreasing. The reason may be, because some of the birds, when they fly, they collide with each other. Then some of them, they get attacked by the pets. Sometimes you must have seen the cats also, they catch these birds. So you have to take care of your pets. Don't do that. And sometimes they get attacked by the window panes. When they fly and come, sometimes their wing gets twisted. So many birds die like that. There are so many reasons for that. Even in the pollution in the cities, sometimes they do die because of that. But if their numbers has to increase, it has to be an effort from each one of us. During summers, when the birds come to our places, we have to see that we keep a bowl of water for them. One day you keep, the second day the birds know that here there will be water for me, because they come to quench their thirst, right? Then you can keep bird feeds on your windows. No, you can keep, nowadays you get bird feeds. You can put grains in that, and the birds, they expect, once they see, they know that in this house I will get grains. If you're going to feed a crow every day near the window, at the right time the crow will come to eat. That's because you are feeding it. So that's one way where their number can increase. You can attract more and more birds by serving them grains and all that, right? Now I want all of you to read the lesson very well, and every time you must not expect, now you have gone to the 3rd standard, you can find your own answers to all the small questions. Wherever there is fill in the blanks, wherever there is match, you have to do it on your own. Don't have to wait for teacher. That will happen only if you open the textbook. Otherwise, it is very easy to copy the answers what teacher gives. You can just go through the textbook and write those answers. Only the bigger answers teacher will be giving you. Okay? So you are going to read the lesson very well, understand it, right? Okay. Thank you, dear children. Have a good day.